Voice of reason. I'm in here. Oh, they got wipes? Excellent.
Drive northbound before Grand Vista, there's a stalled car that's stuck in the middle lane. It's a stop-and-go ride from the route of Lincoln. And if you're traveling in Garden Grove on the 22 heading westbound before Euclid, you'll see a wreck that's blocking the right lane. It has been slowly crawling from the city drive.
Drought, war, and rising food prices have doubled the number of families facing malnutrition. You can help. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646.
They say the pen is mightier than the sword. At KBLA Talk 1580, we not only have a lot to talk about, we have a lot to write about. Politics, relationships, business, empowerment, and culture. The all-star roster at KBLA Talk 1580 has you covered. That's what it's all about. Be sure to follow us on all our socials for our latest book releases, op-eds, essays, and commentaries from our hosts. And, of course, download the KBLA 1580 app as we strive to remain your most trusted, credible, and reliable source for the issues you care about. This is unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. What up, baby?
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane. Got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games. Man, I'm about to be the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
Oh, sorry. Hey, this place clean. I wiped it down. What up, Big E?
This idea of having a relationship with a friend who is a narcissist is really confusing to me, because why be friends with a narcissist?
Well, many times you didn't set out that way, right? So you got to remember, friendships are, to me, friendships are one of the most understudied, interesting, impactful human relationships we have. They don't ascribe to any of the usual rules. These are people we choose. We can have more than one of them. They can cycle in and out of our lives. We can go 2 years without speaking to them and pick up where we left off. An intimate partnership wouldn't work like that. Typically, a family member wouldn't work like that. There's a resilience and a durability to friendships that we don't see in other human relationships. They're often the healthiest space a lot of people find themselves in, because people often have more clarity of judgment with their friends than they do with intimate partners, because sometimes those bad choices come from like sort of intergenerational family of origin issues. Friendships tend to be cleaner, but friendships are also interesting in that, odds are you didn't meet your husband or girlfriend or boyfriend when you were 6. Right. You might have friends around since childhood. You might have gone to high school together. You may have friends you meet, last week. You friends you meet when you're 70, so they can insert into your lives in many different places and in different ways. You meet friends in school, college, job, military, because they're parents to your kids' friends, your partner's friends. So there's a lot of different ways they come into our life too. And what's tricky with friendships is that we often, again, are a bit more forgiving and easygoing because it's high stakes. So if your friend is being a jerk, you might kind of be like, you're being a jerk. Jerk? You might kind of be like, you're being a jerk. And then you may not have to see them again. Or
Right.
It doesn't have the high stakes impact of an
It's
intimate
almost like
partner.
their narcissistic level is tolerable in the increments that you're seeing your friend.
Where a lot of narcissistic friendships get unearthed is if they become your roommate or you travel with them.
Yeah.
Those are two really revelatory kinds of moments, because it's one thing where you're out for drinks and they're kind of being a bit mean and judgy.
Right.
That's one thing. It's quite another when it's day in and day out, or you're in the intense, on a trip and there's lots of decisions to be made and it's unfamiliar. There's a lot of stress around. That's often where the test happens. Also, life isn't uniform. Our lives evolve and develop. One person may get married, one may not. One may move to another country, one may stay put. One may get a high-paying job, one person may get stuck. Really healthy friendships can tolerate all those ebbs and flows, but we do leave people along the way. Once we perhaps have kids, we may not feel as much affinity maybe with childless friends. I don't know.
Yeah, Dr. Remini was dropping some jewels about toxic friendship circles. Listen, this is the voice of reason. I'm live on KBLA Talk 1580, and I don't play no games, and I don't play no favorites. People get upset when I do certain topics. I call the men to the floor, and I call the women to the floor. Do you understand? Everybody's scared to be called to the floor. They want to fight. They want to argue. I don't want to argue. I want to discuss. I want to investigate. I want to have intellectual discussion about the tough topics in relationship. People call and be like, yo, why don't you do the happy stuff? The happy stuff don't need no work. The tough relationship conversations need to be had so we could start creating a pathway out of negative patterns. That's what the voice of reason is for. It's for you to call in and not be judged by having an opinion, an idea, a concept. This is an interactive discussion. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. That's 1-800-920-1580. I had the He Hive after me earlier this week, Monday and Tuesday. The He Hive, the counterpart to the Beehive, because I pose questions. Certain people say, oh, well, you talking trauma and intellectualism and none of that stuff, it matters. The brothers are going out of town to find better women, better options, because we're not respected here. And I was able to listen to the brothers. I was able to give the brothers a platform to speak. That doesn't mean I'm going to agree. The same is true for tonight. Ladies, are your relationship decisions being made by the triangle offense or the 3 M's? The meaning of the 3 M's is manless friends, your mama, or the media. Is that where you're getting your relationship advice from? If you got toxicity in you, chances are your friendship circle does too. 1-800-920-1580. The triangle offense or the 3 M's. Are you taking advice from the 3 M's? Manless friends, your mama, or the media? Some people will say, oh, you can't put mama in there. Mama might be toxic. Oh, you don't know anything about the toxic mother-daughter relationship? Okay, cool. What role does toxic sisterhood play in a woman's lack of marriage? If all y'all got an attitude, how you gonna find a man that's gonna deal with you? Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, y'all don't want me to have this conversation? Y'all don't want to have a real conversation. Because when I sit down and talk to women one-on-one, women will outline all the reasons why they don't mess with other women. But if I get on the radio, national radio, and start speaking, oh, you don't like women. You're like Kevin Samuels. No, I'm not. I'm asking a real question. One that needs to be asked. Huh? How does a toxic mother relationship affect a daughter? If your mama is toxic, how does that relationship affect the daughter? Her relationship choices, how she moves in life. Agree or disagree, toxic friendships often go unnoticed. As Dr. Remini said, that's because a lot of people don't attach the same level of expectations, right, to friendships as they do to intimate relationships. Friends cycle in and out of our lives. Friends have that relationship has a different level of freedom, whereas an intimate relationship, you get the problem of ownership. We go together, you belong to me. Whereas with a friend, it's okay, they on their journey, they floating in, they floating out. Man, it's been a long time since I seen you. Good to see you. What you been up to? Ain't know what you been up to in intimate relationships. This is why a lot of toxic friendships go unnoticed. What does a toxic mother-daughter relationship look like? Ladies, call in tonight, 1-800-920-1580. I want to hear your thoughts. How does a toxic mother adversely affect her daughter? How do you break the cycle of toxic friendships? Are some women envious of other women in their circles that have healthy relationships? You in a relationship with a man, it's good, y'all vibing, and one of your friends are low-key jealous? Ladies, have you ever experienced that? 1-800-920-1580. Should a woman in a relationship / marriage limit the number of single friends she has in her circle? Are single friends haters? Low-key silent haters to the friends that they have that are in healthy relationships and or marriages? 1-800-920-15. I gotta ask the question. Are women creating toxic sisterhoods due to oversharing details of every aspect of their intimate lives? 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, the voice of reason will open up the phone lines and I will continue these questions and we will get deeper.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings will disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason.
Get to your phone lines. Let's go.
Three-time WNBA champions, the Los Angeles Sparks.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Where y'all at? Everybody hit that like button. What up, Charles?
World-class professional basketball, jam-packed with in-game entertainment. Now is the time to get ahead of the holidays. Don't be the person grabbing a gas station gift card. Impress your fam and friends with an unforgettable experience. Secure your seats now at lasparks.com/tickets.
Davey Lee, you up? What's going on, Davey Lee? Who said what?
It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With
Davey D upset right now. What up, Davey D?
mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you
Xylon
and your
Farrell,
friends need
$20.
when you need it the most.
Support the VOR. So what? Has never ended. Twos and Fuse will always be here. Much respect, family.
Live chat at calhope.org today.
Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited.
What up, what up, what up, what up?
KBLA Talk
Truemonger, Nzinga, Logic Sir, Davey Lee, Alan Richardson, what up?
Unlimited child care.
He who thinks
Talk 1580 is pleased to
Neek
announce
is the
a
night.
can't-miss community event.
It's a celebration.
Welcome home, Mayor-elect Karen Bass. On Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., join KBLA Talk
Third Eye
1580 in Lamert Park at the intersection of Lamert and Vernon for this free public
Live in a minute.
as we celebrate Mayor-elect Bass's historic victory. There'll be live performances from Brian McKnight, Muropole, Club
Big
Nero,
Evil.
There'll be food trucks and a diverse array of vendors, along with the attendance and participation from community leaders, elected officials,
MFC,
celebrities,
what up,
and
Virginia
notables.
Beach?
KBLA Talk 1580 will host Mayor-elect Bass on the main stage at 11
Jay
a.m.
Kofa.
as we reflect on the importance of this moment and what it means for the Black community.
Dream
women,
Luxury.
and all Angelenos who believe in the
Rob
limitless
B.
potential of our amazing city.
Social
We look forward to
media,
celebrating with
boutique,
Mayor-elect Karen Bass and
podcast
you,
network.
Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the intersection of Lamert and Vernon.
It's a celebration.
This is
Mike
a community
Thomas, what
call to
up?
action from KBLA.
Mimi
Talk
Davis, what up?
1580.
We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on.
You know you want some more. More. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Woo-hoo! My playlist. The voice of reason. Come on, man. Tell me I'm not dreaming. Jermaine Jackson and his brother Michael. Tell me I'm not dreaming. Listen, our inner circle, people we trust, friends and family, tend to shape our decisions about relationships. Take the enhancement bias. I want everybody to look that up. The enhancement bias. Now, the enhancement bias is connected to what a lot of clinicians call that first 18 months of the relationship, the honeymoon period. The enhancement bias details this, that within that 18-month honeymoon period, your friends and family have a better bead on the success or failure of your current relationship. Why? Because they're not as invested as you are. You're invested and you want to see the relationship work. So what tends to happen organically is that both people in the relationship marginalize and minimize the red flags that are present in the beginning because you're more invested in the success of the relationship. You want to see it work. So not only are you marginalizing the potential red flags, you're also aggrandizing the good things about your partner. Until, as Dr. Remini explained, when you move in with a toxic friend or when you move in with a toxic lover, that's when things start to be revealed. The challenges start to bubble to the surface. Now, typically we focus on the partner, but a lot of people don't focus on the toxicity of where the partner came from. If you got toxic friends in your circle, it stands the reason that they may have what? Some level of influence over you. I heard Les Brown say it. I heard Tony Robbins say it. If you want to know why you're not successful, look at your closest 5 friends. Right? So if it applies in that context, look at the friends that are advising you about your love life. If your mama can't acknowledge what she's done to you and your siblings, how is she a part of your relationship inner circle, the council? I know this don't feel right, because one of the most difficult things to do is to see your mother in a negative light. But what about your girlfriends? What about your homegirls? Have you noticed a homegirl that was hating and slightly jealous because you seem to be in love and happy? There's no real evidence that she should be upset. Yes, the enhancement bias works. And I'm going to tell you why. Because studies have shown that the enhancement bias, or with the enhancement bias, your friends and family tend to be more accurate about the success or fail rate of your relationships. But what about if your friends are toxic? Does the enhancement bias still apply? Can manless friends and toxic mothers use gaslighting as a means of breaking up a relationship with a daughter or friend they deem unworthy? That man is not worthy, and I'm going to work. I'm going to cast a spell. I'm going to do all kind of things to break this up, and not for a good reason. Yeesh. 1-800-920-1580. Agree or disagree? Friendships are perceived as life's safety net, free of responsibility and seriousness of relationship. For a friendship to be justifiably in question, a betrayal of epic soap opera proportions must occur. Oh, here we go. Fred from Northridge, California. Jump in here, brother.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
What's up, man?
First of all, I want to thank you so much for helping me evolve, brother.
It's all good. Thank you, brother.
You know, I got that scorch last week. Yes, what I did was sleepy as a young man. I faced up to it. I didn't want to hear it. I was mad as hell. But eventually, I sat up and I looked, and I said, damn, that was kind of sleazy. Okay, I'll accept that.
Well, thank you,
so
Fred.
Now that, you know, that's what men do, man. That's why we call in to help us evolve into something better.
Mm-hmm.
But let's move on. It's about the sisters, okay? It ain't about me. I mean, misery loves company, but I'm not going to call it misery. It's just that, understand, women have a stronger bond than men. And they're willing to share intimate details that most men wouldn't share with other men. Okay?
I like it. Keep going.
So when you getting 12 different opinions, your sisters, your best friend, co-workers, well, you're gonna get different points of views on how and then, they put it on the scale. You understand what I'm saying? But they do have a universal line that can't be crossed. That you can't cheat, you can't disrespect them, you can't put your hands on them. So if you're a guy and you have done any of those things, well, of course, her friends are going to defend her. Okay? Now, not even if she put hands on you first. I mean, that's just reality. So as a man, you got to know who you're dealing with. And you get good at your footprints. And, I mean, I was kind of trying to separate her from his thing because I thought it was a bad influence. But she's a grown woman, and she's going to make up her own mind. And I don't want that resentment, saying, oh, you're trying to lock me away and isolate me and all that, because that makes you look like the bad guy. If you're meant to be, you're meant to be. If she can be easily swayed by females, imagine what's going to happen when she comes on that alpha male who sway her at work. So, just go with the flow. That's all. Women are not saying emotional, but they tie into their emotions a little bit better. And emotions are like water. They're fluid. They go one way, they go the other. Before they think about it, well, the bigger the waves, the more emotional they get. So, and once they get mad, okay, well, you got boiling water. Now you got, boiling hot water tidal waves coming on you. And you have to know that, hey, you got to be kind of cool. You got to be rational. Sometimes, like, what was that? You said Bruce Lee, when they attack, you withdraw, and when they withdraw, you attack. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if you know your woman, then you know when she ain't feeling it. And I'm not trying to put that on young women or older women, but you got to remember, everybody evolves in stages. And sometimes women evolve at different stages. And then, when they have, they need a point in their life, depending on, their lifestyle, well, sometimes it can be traumatic to them. Especially if they got a big old ego. If you used to be the woman of the town, now they got the new girls coming in replacing you, and you're looking in the mirror. COVID didn't help at all. It made a lot of women look into that mirror to seek inner strength. You understand? We're on the wall. They just said the trumpet.
Hey, Brother Fred, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for calling in. It's been a long time. Thank you for calling back, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome, man. I'm back.
Yes, sir. And I know this is a difficult topic. Women get quiet when they get called to the floor. Or some women. We're not speaking in absolutes. But some women get quiet when they get called to the floor. But you're not going to be bashed. Let me give you an example. You had a mother or friends that were self-centered. They don't care about your feelings or the feelings of others. They're emotional loose cannons. A lot of people have had mothers and friends that were emotional loose cannons. They overreact and create drama. Have you had a mother and or a friend to overshare? These are toxic traits. They share improper info with you, like details about their intimate lives. They seek control. They're harshly critical. They lack boundaries. Do you have friends and or a mother that are like that? Why do daughters turn against their mothers sometimes? And this is why we did this topic tonight. The triangle offense. Meaning, manless friends, your mama, or the media. Are you taking relationship advice from these sources? And could this, I'm just asking, could this lead to loneliness, singlehood, can't find a man? How do you break up with your toxic circle? Well, first, you're going to have to identify who's toxic in the circle. One of the hardest breakups in your life will be with your mother. Ooh, I know you don't want to hear it tonight. 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, more questions and the phone lines. Yes.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
Mimi, it's always general.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network.
It's always
House
general.
Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is praising the end of the
Zoe,
COVID-19
please explain
vaccine
daughters
mandate for military
turn
members.
on their
In a
mothers
statement,
what?
The California Republicans said the repeal of the mandate is a victory for military
It was a
members.
question. Why
Added that
do
he's told
daughters
President Biden to rehire military
turn
members
on
who
their
were
mothers?
forced out. A city in rural Arkansas is electing an 18-year-old mayor.
That was a
Democrat
question.
Jalen Smith won his runoff race on Tuesday and will soon lead the city of Earl, which has a population of just over 1,800. The recent high school graduate also becomes the
Desiree, please call in and share that.
Wordle is Google's
Damn.
top trending search term of the year.
Call in right now.
Wordle is a
Phone lines are
popular
open.
online
Desiree,
game
I
that
need to
gives
talk to
players
you
6
right now.
chances
I need to
guess a
hear that
5-letter
story.
word each day. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from your 24/7
We need
news
women to
source,
just,
the
y'all
Black
need to
Information
understand.
Network and BINnews.com.
This shit needs y'all too. It needs your input too. Brothers was calling in defending their position. We're not asking you to argue. We're asking you to share.
For a month. Just text the word radio to
Do you know this show damn near a year?
97646.
In 90 days, this show will be a year old.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we not only have a lot
Women,
to talk about, we have a lot to write
y'all
about.
should call in.
Politics,
Like,
relationships,
sitting back and just listening, being timid and all that scary shit, fuck that. Call in. You're safe.
That's what it's all about. Be sure to follow us on all our socials for our latest book releases, op-eds, essays, and commentaries from our hosts. And, of course, download the KBLA 1580 app as we strive to remain your most trusted, credible, and reliable source for the issues you care about. This is unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. What up, baby?
When you're the victim of a car accident, who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP Accident Attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Our team is in it to win it, and we'll fight to get the maximum compensation you deserve. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited.
Logic, sir.
For being
Call
KBLA
in.
Talk 1580.
You got a story to
Into your
tell?
business today in the KBLA app.
James Jarrett, call in. This topic hitting crazy hard for how my life going right now. Call in.
When you're young,
Share your story.
choices. Don't let
Jared James, I'm speaking directly to you. Call in. Logic, sir. I'm speaking directly to you. Call in. Come on. Join the discussion.
Anyone at any age. But there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
Central Neighborhood Health Foundation is a full-service network of federally qualified health care centers that serves local communities throughout Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. CNHF clinics provide low-cost to no-cost, compassionate, comprehensive, quality health care, which includes primary care services for chronic disease and diabetes management, pediatric and women's services, preventive care, vision and dental screenings, COVID-19 testing and vaccines, flu vaccines, behavioral health, HIV, and substance use services. Virtual telehealth visits are available from the comfort of your home with highly qualified physicians and medical professionals. CNHF also provides peer support specialist training and help with housing navigation. Central Neighborhood Health Foundation. Your wellness is our priority. Comprehensive care built on trust and respect. For more information, visit cnhfclinics.org or call 213-536-5815
South Philly, what up?
today to locate a clinic near you.
Maestro Dabney, what up?
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes to congratulate Mayor-elect Karen
WDMA, what up?
as the first woman and only second African American to serve as
Hey man, just call in, Jared.
Los Angeles. Congratulations,
I'm a puppet dog. Exactly.
Progressive. Live in a minute. 1580.
Southwest Philly. Shout out.
This is my very first interview, and I'm proud that it's here.
We are proud to have you here. What do you want to say to the listeners of
I need my
KBLA
people
Talk
to join me in this discussion.
Thank you.
We 36 minutes in. The first hour goes fast. What up, Mimi Blossoms? Just tuning in. What up?
To know that I promise you I won't disappoint you. I will be accessible. I will never forget where I'm from, and understand that that is my primary motivation.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Karen Bass, holding all leaders accountable to you.
No matter who you voted for, no matter who you are or where you live, I will be a mayor for you.
With KBLA Talk 1580.
That's Arabia. She in here sneezing. She was already gone for a week. They was asking, who is that? I said that was Arabia in here sneezing.
Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and brothers, Casanova Classic 1987 Levert. My playlist is my co-host. Every man wants a good woman. Every man who has a good woman typically wants that good woman to be his wife at some point. Maybe. Some but all. Some but not all. I will say this, and let me put it in the form of a question. Is it a good decision to leave a good woman who has a bad relationship with her mother? Yeah, kind of tricky, right? Good woman, right? She's educated, she's moneyed, she's traveled, she's cultured, but she's got a mama wound.
How she treat me?
Can't nobody hear you, girl. What in the world? Arabia in the background talking like, well, what happened was it? But do you understand? I keep trying to tell y'all, two people are not the only thing that are getting married or in a relationship. Wounds are also in the relationship. Wounds. Brother, if you wise, you will step back and say, hey, there's things that need to be dealt with. That's what premarital counseling is for. Let's deal with it. You got to divorce your mama before we can get married. You got to divorce her beliefs, her limited toolbox, or limited beliefs about relationships, her control over you, whatever wounds that this toxic mother-daughter dynamic has created. You can't fully be in a relationship with that hanging over your heart. I could be wrong. 1-800-920-1580. Desiree from Los Angeles, get in here. Desiree, where'd Desiree go? Wait, Desiree's on the line. Where? Andy, Somebody get Andy so we could get this Desiree on the line. And Andy done went and got lunch.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, honey. Come on in here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Okay. Well, I'm going to start off by saying I love my mom dearly, but she has been controlling since I was able to walk. I was married the first time. She was in the marriage. She made decisions within the marriage. The way that I reared my kids when I got divorced, it was like freedom because I was able to make decisions. But still, financially, she was there to support me and also assist me with the kids. So now that fast forward, my kids, they're young men. So now I completely just, how would you say, just not involve her in any of my daily activities. She doesn't know who I'm dating. Our relationship is very, very, how you doing, and that's it.
But can it be, I don't know. You help me understand this because I don't understand the dynamic. But can it be a little more than that while at the same time maintaining healthy boundaries?
She knows no boundaries at all. And I know it's because I allowed it for so long. Because culturally, and I was going to call in yesterday, because culturally it's common for the kids to stay at home until you're married, and I left when I was 25. So from that point, I wasn't really making all the decisions on my own.
So you were still a bit dependent on mom, so you needed her, and in needing her, that was the gateway or the keys to being able to kind of Geppetto your life a little bit.
Not only that, but I wanted to be that child that she was proud of. So I followed the directions that she put in front of me.
No, you know what's interesting? When you're breaking down some of Dr. Rimini's work, I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. She talks about the narcissistic mother and how the narcissistic mother will create children that, feel like they've got to prove themselves to their mother. They got to prove that, hey, I'm reaching this benchmark that you set and beyond because I want you to acknowledge me.
Absolutely.
Now tell me how that desire follows you into your intimate relationships.
Actually, I allow them to actually lead the relationship.
But I'm saying in terms of acknowledgement, in terms of being approved of, because typically what we lack from our primary caregiver, we typically go out into the world in search of it.
Yes, I've been very fortunate to where everything that I try to do, I'm able to attain it. But in my mom's eyes, you're never good enough. She's always raising the bar. So now I'm at the point where I don't care what you think. And we don't have that close relationship to where I can sit down and tell her, like, these are my problems. Can you help me in this way? No. And it's kind of unfortunate that I don't have that relationship with her.
But the question is, would you like one?
Oh, I would love one. Because I see, friends and that have their relationships with, their parents or their mother, but I don't. Because I know how she feels, even though, I know culturally it's different, but at the same time, you would think that you would support your child.
Would she be?
I consider myself a very supportive parent.
Would she be open to talking with Dr. Jashana Johnson?
Of course. I used to listen to her all the time.
But I'm saying, would you and your mama, or maybe just your mama, maybe it's just mama for a while. Maybe y'all should reach out to Dr. Jashana Johnson. Would she do it if you came with?
I don't think she would do it at all. because culturally she's like, no, I'm not going to do it. There's nothing wrong. She doesn't see anything wrong with what she's doing at all.
See, mothers are in a unique position because mothers are like the potter's house. The child is the clay, and typically mom is the potter. She's molding that clay, and any wound she got, any wound she hasn't dealt with, she molds that into the clay of the child. And typically we struggle in relationships. We abandonment issues, anxiety issues, a lot of that stuff comes from dysfunctional relating with mom. Have you ever dealt with any of these things?
Yes.
But, oh, okay, so wait, Desiree, because you cooking with grease, and I love you. I love your transparency. You are a champion of the voice of reason. You sit tight. When we come forward, we going back to Los Angeles to talk to the powerful Desiree. Yeah.
She said she's from another culture, so your mom would get them.
Study reveals barriers to mental health for Black and Latina women in California. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News. A poll conducted by Eviteris, sponsored by Black Women Organized for Political Action and Hispanas Organized for Political Equity, found that 77% of some 800 women participants experienced some form of discrimination due to personal characteristics. More than 3 in 5 respondents have had mental health concerns for which they did not.
There's Kool-Aid up in here.
These same women reported often having had negative
Wait a minute.
experiences with.
No, you ain't got to pour me now. You done drank out of it. I ain't finna get sick. They don't have no Kool-Aid in here. You brought the Kool-Aid here. Okay.
Assumptions were made about their income and education levels. 50% of Latinos reported discrimination based on assumptions
Listen here, man.
ability to communicate.
I started my MMA training with my cousin today.
Or immigration status.
My cousin is an MMA fighter.
K-Black Minute News.
Boy, I'm tired as hell. That's all.
He's coming to Ontario in the Toyota Arena.
I'm tired as hell.
And in Los Angeles in the Microsoft Theater, December 31st. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Somebody said grape or red? Red. Zoe, are you a germaphobe or what? Yeah.
Is he?
Yes. I told you Cuzzo is an MMA fighter. I had to get my boxing gloves out the trunk. I have boxing gloves in my trunk.
Everything in that trunk.
Tony Davidson, Tony Roberts.
Look at you. Look. What the fuck?
Bring in the new year with Cat Williams.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join
Power
us in
in one
celebrating
clothing.
the season of giving by being
I'm
part
about
of
to
the
order a hoodie
solution.
right now.
As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and
Live in a minute.
wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the
Yep, they got
KBLA
hoodies.
Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive.
They got
All you
hoodies,
have
they
to
got
do is drop
t-shirts.
off new or clean, gently used
My
winter
University of
coats and
You
blankets
t-shirt.
in the KBLA lobby during business hours.
Oh.
Now
I'm gonna
through
order this
December
motherfucker
20th,
right now.
all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net. And together, we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
More of the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Right now on KBLA Talk 1580.
You better not show me. You better know what's up with this playlist. Hey! My playlist is my co-host. Listen, brothers, don't rush in. Sisters, don't rush in. Relationships are one of the most foolish places to hide from yourself. It's like it's like hiding out in the open. Do you understand? A relationship is designed spiritually to reveal what you conceal about yourself. Don't put a rush on yourself to be with someone else when you've got self-work to deal with. If you got a troubled relationship with a mother or a father, or if you've recognized that your friends are toxic, you need to be able to exorcise the demon of that toxicity out of your spirit before you commingle it with someone else. Because that's what happens on an energetic, vibrational, frequency level when you're interacting with someone else. That's what happens. Oh, you're going to wait till the clinical paper comes out to prove all of that. Okay, fine. That's what trauma bonding is. You are dating an unhealed wound. This is really that simple. A lot of people don't recognize that, but that's what it is. They can put on the perfect mask. They can put on the perfect performance. They can have all of the credentials. They could have the status, the resources, everything. But if that wound isn't dealt with, please understand that you're in relationship with that too. What roles does toxic sisterhood play in a woman's lack of marriage opportunities? They could be toxic sisterhood or toxic mama and them. I know nobody wants to see their mama is toxic. I know. Could the toxic relationship with your mother be the reason you have a toxic sisterhood? 1-800-920-1580. I'm finna get to the phone. I see the lines is lit. But nobody want to hear that. You got toxic friends because your mama molded you into the toxic vessel, mirror image of who she is and what she hasn't conquered. And now you got a toxic crew hating on you because you have an opportunity to be with somebody. When we come forward, the phone lines, me and Desiree gonna chop it up some more.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings will disappear. You're listening to your voice of reason with Zoe Williams on
Hey, this shit lit tonight. This shit lit tonight. Dawn, I see you calling in. Keep calling. What up, Terry Lomax?
Saturday, December 17th at Microsoft Theater. Download the KBLA
Hey,
Talk 15.
maybe it's your phone, Mimi, because everybody else is getting through. I'm looking at the line. Maybe it's your phone. No disrespect to your phone, but it could be that.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that when we
Terry Lomax, what up, Terry?
Coalition trains activists and organizers in order to support power building with Black, Brown,
Mine could be your phone. That's all.
Community Coalition works to help.
Hey, y'all, we at $54.99. Will we hit our goal? We didn't hit our goal yesterday.
By building a community institution.
I think we did. Yes, we did. We did.
And changing public policy.
Will we make it back to back?
Bass in 1990, Community Coalition was born as an African American and Latino.
This shit getting out of control, man. I got to cut this shit off.
And despair into action. The activism of the Community Coalition's members
looking like a
and
Negro
community
elf.
residents has almost solely stimulated economic recovery in South LA LA for decades, generating billions of dollars by redirecting them to South LA schools and foster care. In addition, Community Coalition offers amazing mind, body, soul resources, advocacy, and policy work, and has a robust and active membership body. To become a member, get a referral, or get support for your
Mimi
nonprofit,
Blossoms.
visit CocoSouthLA.org.
Am I speaking the truth?
CocoSouthLA.org or call 323
Mimi Blossoms, talk to me.
87. This is a
Truemonger said braided.
from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you
Go.
want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, self-work makes relationship work. Ooh, somebody better meme it. Somebody put it, but where are the memes at? I want to see that on Instagram. Self-work makes the relationship work. Oh, Lord. Desiree, get in here. Talk to me. You know, I'm going to preface you right now. I'm talking to you now, but I'm going to have to carry you over because I want to give you more space to really build on what you're saying. So finish.
Okay. Just listening to you, I realized that, yes, I try to be that perfect person in my relationship as well.
Mm-hmm.
Even with my friendships, I'm very supportive with my friends. I try to do the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
What that was done to me.
Have you?
I try to be the opposite.
But do you do it organically, or is it a response to how you were done?
It's a response.
Ooh.
It's definitely a response. It's definitely.
Lord.
Because I'm very mindful of it, because I always put myself in that situation, like, you know what, I would want to be treated like that.
Oh, man, this is beautiful. Desiree, stay with me, okay? Because whenever you call, you really just open up and you get vulnerable, and I appreciate it. And we are walking on this journey with you. Just stay with me, okay?
Sure.
When we come forward back to Los Angeles, but we also got New York, we got Atlanta, we got Oakland. We're going to keep the fire lit. We're going to keep this conversation going because we've got a lot to talk about.
And I tell you now that I made a vow, giving you the best that I've got, baby. Yes, I tell you now that I made a vow, giving you the best that I've got.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Yeah.
In a statement, the California Republicans.
Hey, I just ordered my hoodie.
As a victory for military members.
I just ordered my new hoodie from Power in One.
Military members who were forced out. A city in rural Arkansas is electing an 18-year-old mayor. Democrat Jalen Smith.
Y'all want one of these? They have them. They got T-shirts. They got all types of shit.
Which has a population of just over 1,800. The recent high school graduate also becomes the country's youngest elected black mayor. Wordle is Google's top trending search term of the year. Wordle is a popular online game that gives players 6 chances to guess a 5-letter word each day. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Netspend All Access account. Get the account designed for your everyday mobile banking needs. Banking services provided by an account established by Pathward NA. Member FDIC. Deposit account opening is subject to registration and ID verification. Terms and costs apply.
Drop me. When you tune in to KBLA Talk 1580, We want you to know what you're downloading.
You listen to me, and you listen to me closely.
In a recent African-American media issue survey conducted by the public opinion research and public policy consulting firm Eviderus, KBLA Talk 1580 was found to be the most trusted, credible, and reliable source on the airwaves for Black Los Angeles and beyond. Check it out. We take our role seriously.
Everybody support the mansions brand. Hey, Katina, thank you. You just took us to $74. There's the mansions clothing line.
Not to the back of the bus.
That's my line with PIO clothing, Power in One clothing. They still got t-shirts. They got ladies t-shirts. Support.
KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs?
You in here?
You got financial infidelity.
I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait?
It's gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff? The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I mean, somebody asked me about the hoodies. Relationship is the university of you. I came up with this. You see the mirror with the characters?
Zoe Williams.
Reason and accountability.
The voice of reason.
This may be something, if we break it down to what it was like when you were a child, to as you got older, to as an adult. When you were a child, you probably didn't quite get what was going on. And in fact, you may have put a tremendous amount of effort into making that perfect Mother's Day, whatever it was, birdhouse, card, doily, whatever it was you made as a kid, because this was the year you were hoping Mom might compliment it or notice it, or not say that one of your other siblings might have gotten it better than you did, or, if you're the golden child, that yours was better than theirs. You just wanted to be peaceable. Because the fact is, although dads are very involved in childbearing, for many people, Mom is the go-to. Mom was that first object you're supposed to at least connect to. So if you had a mom where it felt very conditional, where it was all about her, where you constantly felt like you were trying to win her over, Mother's Day becomes one more day when you would double down on trying to win her over. Now we are plod into maybe middle school and adolescence. At this point, there's the tension between you and Mom, whereas when you were a kid, you just wondered, why can't I win her over? Why is she always so mad at me? Now as you were getting older, you're like, oh, this is actually doesn't feel good. You may have either had a very, very fraught relationship with your mother, where there was a lot of arguing, where there was a lot of anger, where there was a lot of her invalidating you, perhaps you rebelling and running out of the house. So it might have been very volatile. Or you continue to find yourself trying to be the person who delivered narcissistic supply in your adolescence, that you are going to be the best soccer player, the best ballerina, the best student, the best looking, the best whatever, to win Mom over. So on Mother's Day, if you were in that situation, you might have...
Wow. Yeah. Tonight's topic. And I know people don't want to hear these kind of topics. Listen, this is how we grow up. This is how we glow up. This is how we show up for ourselves. It's by having difficult conversation that makes us uncomfortable. Tonight's topic. Ladies, are your relationship decisions being made by using the triangle offense or the 3 M's? Manless friends, your mama, your toxic mama, or the toxic media? The triangle offense or the 3 M's. Are you taking relationship advice from the 3 M's? An in-depth look at why so many black women are single. Is it because their friend circle is toxic? Is their friend circle an extension from the toxicity that raised them? Oh, man. What role does toxic sisterhood play in a woman's lack of marriage opportunities? Heavy topic. 1-800-920-1580. Desiree from Los Angeles. Get back in here and finish your thoughts. Desiree, you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
All right.
Yes, I'm
Great,
here.
great, great, great. Here we go.
Well, now, since I realized that, now I'm just like, no, I put a stop to all of that. I have to make myself happy at the end of the day. I'm putting too much energy trying to make my mom happy. Now it's about me making myself happy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But you do recognize that happiness is an inside job, and you're not responsible for your mother's happiness, correct?
Absolutely. I did realize that, yes.
So your
It took me a long time to get to that point.
Right. It's not about your performance. It's about who she is internally, and it's her responsibility to confront who she is. And all you can do, and I know this is going to be hard, but all you can do is be grateful, thankful that you've come to this realization. It doesn't mean stop loving your mother. It doesn't mean stop appreciating your mother. Your mother took you as far as you can go with what she had in her internal storehouse.
Right.
So you don't blame her. You don't condemn her. You know, if you talk to her, you give her a little love. You don't expect. You have to shift those expectations. You can't pour love on her and expect her to give it back. It's just not the way it works. You pour love because you are love. Not, listen to what I'm about to say. Not because you want to give love. No. You pour love because you are love. And you have to come to that understanding within yourself. I love on you because I am love. Not because I want to show love. And in showing love, I have this secret desire to receive it back. Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
Let me just say, I love you for calling. I love you for sharing.
I so appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Lord have mercy. The voice of reason is in the building. We don't play games on here. This is an equal opportunity show. We want to have the conversation. I know some of these conversations are exceedingly difficult, but guess what? Life is difficult. This is where you come to sharpen your sword so you can go face the world. Dawn from New York, it's your time to shine.
Hello?
Hello, Dawn. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you? Thank you for
Oh.
allowing me to speak again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Come on.
Well, yes. Yes, it is. There is this, like, self-deprecating ritual that women go through that it's like it's a path. It's a whole pathway. It starts with girlhood, the worthlessness, and it just, the search for value. And she starts searching out, like, titles, these false titles for value. So it's girlfriend, she figures that out, that has no value. So she looks for the next thing. It could be wife. If she can't get that, it's mother. And that's the permanent one. You know, you have adults crying, you know, visiting their mother's grave who died 20 years ago.
Because you love them. That's just the bottom line. You love your mama. And even if your mama's toxic, you love her. You love her through the toxicity, and then you wind up modeling the toxicity, and there's no way you can see your mother. Well, there is a way, but it's very difficult to see mama as broken, as wounded, as flawed. And when you do finally see it, if you're not equipped with the proper tools, then you and your mother become adversarial.
Yep.
Talk to me.
Yep, pretty much. You're gonna have it doesn't matter what it looks like. It's not economic, it's not just social, it's all of the above. It hides all of those places. It's everywhere. It's even when you're become an adult and you're interacting with other women, again, you still have to go through this self-deprecating ritual.
Mm-hmm.
This is how women cast other women out. If you don't self-deprecate, you're out.
Talk to me.
And that's when
No.
you'll start seeing it when you stop participating. Once your participation is I noticed it first for myself, in teenage years, but it came from, I think my lack of participation came from having lived different places.
Mm-hmm.
So I already had that, like, well, I can survive. You know, I don't need to necessarily deal with y'all. I may or may not be here in a couple of months. So, you know, that not needing to participate, but it started to show me different things. Oh, when you don't participate, you slowly but surely get cast out. And then you start, you know, it slows it down. You start seeing where this lack of value starts coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And then your relationships with men. And how, you know, you can't give someone that doesn't have internal value.
That's heavy. Let me ask you just a couple questions here.
Mm-hmm.
Toxic sisterhood, the toxic friendship circle, sister circle. I believe that the brotherhood circles and the sisterhood circles mirror the people in them. And I believe the people in those circles mirror where they came from, which is why they find familiarity with one another, which is why they find camaraderie with one another. So I believe the friendship circle and the toxic friendship circle and its toxicity is an extension from what we modeled at home. Talk to me about talk to me about the toxic sisterhood circle. Talk to me about that.
It's like I said, it starts with the self-deprecating. You first have to, like, just bring yourself down to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a typical conversation with women. It's very strange. It's really weird. Men don't speak the same way. Men don't use language that lowers their value. They may behave a certain way, but women use language that's like, it's so destructive.
They use it on each other? You guys use it on each other?
They use it on themselves and they use it on each other. Yes. In a just a standard conversation, it's always going to be this. It's a very weird thing because it's almost like you're having a conversation with someone and they're using words that don't empower them, but they're trying to tear you down with them. It's like you're killing yourself.
Wait a minute. So Don, you really opening up some things here. Are you telling me women kind of haze each other?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. And there's a competition?
Absolutely. Men are more, like, if men don't like each other, they pretty much just say it, even if they're sitting right next to each other. Women, it's a scarier thing. They want to become your best friend.
Whoa.
So they can hate you from a very close place.
So they want to infiltrate and then hate. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Keep talking to me, Don. I'm learning.
Yes, it's about creating this vulnerability and then infiltrating it so that what they do hits, so that it impacts. It's the same thing with, like, a mother. It's you're in a vulnerable state as a child. You're accepting that this person is your caretaker. They're doing the best that could possibly be done until you find out maybe not.
But let me just say this too, because again, there are no absolutes. This is some banal. Our catchword here on the Voice of Reason is some banal, some but not all. We are not saying all sisterhood circles are like this. However, When you talk to women from all over the country, as I have, you find that this type of behavior is actually pervasive within sisterhood circles. But we're most certainly not saying all women are like this. And I believe, and maybe Dawn could tell me this after we come forward, because Dawn, I'm holding you over one more time. Maybe Dawn could share this with me. Do women kind of grow out of this? Do they evolve out of this? Like, does it start, we're young, we act this way, and then we go through some hardships, we lose some relationships, and then we kind of grow up and evolve out of it and become better? Tell me on the other side, when we come forward, I'm going back to New York. Dawn is in here cooking.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we're here, our feelings will disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason.
Wow.
Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Wow, Dawn is on fire tonight. Yo, we at $100.
Into your business today.
Yeah, Desiree, thank you.
Congratulations to Trinity.
No, Desiree, thank you for the call. And thank you for the super chat.
Earthquakes are inevitable in the Golden State.
Listen, you called and really set the tone.
And help reduce the chance of damage.
But not only did you do that, you set the tone in the chat room. You got people in the chat room right now listening, learning, and growing, and didn't contribute the way you did.
Now's the time to protect.
And that's not to besmirch them. Maybe they can't contribute. But I'm saying you went above and beyond the call of duty to contribute to the conversation as well as contribute to the channel. Thank you. If everybody can send her some love and say thank you to her, we appreciate it.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine.
Infiltrate, then hate.
Pneumonia in just one dose.
Wow.
Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic
Women, I want to
reaction the
destroy
vaccine
you from
or its ingredients.
within.
Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine.
But
The
you
most
know you
common
can't be
reported
talking
side
off
effect
the
was
air.
pain
You be
at
like,
the injection
hell
site.
yeah, and I'll tell you
For
something
common
else.
side effects and full prescribing
They
information.
can't hear you.
Call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Thrill of victory, thrill of victory, thrill of victory.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes to congratulate
Me?
Mayor-elect Karen Bass on her historic win.
We got the
as
real
first
life
woman and only
flush.
second African-American to serve as chief executive of the city of Los Angeles.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Bass, and welcome back. I'm dating a dude that you like from afar.
Live in a minute.
I had to decrease my sister circle. Yeah. They said, yes, we can. I can hear her. She knows she's not supposed to be in here talking. She know that.
I want to say thank you from.
But she's so passionate, she can't help it. As soon as she hears, I know that's right. Cause it,
in the community, and I just want the listeners to know that I promise you I won't disappoint you. I will be accessible. I will never forget where I'm from, and understand.
you better say that, girl, because I'm going to tell you something.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Karen Bass, holding all leaders accountable to you.
No matter who you voted for, no matter who you are or where you live, I will be a
Hey, Katina, can you call me and share that story? Katina, call me, honey, and share that story, please. Can you do that? Call me.
You want some more? It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, the playlist is on fire tonight. Herb Alpert and Janet Jackson. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. We on fire tonight. You know what it is. The voice of reason is killing an amazing topic. An exploratory topic. We are exploring these concepts and ideas, these discussions that need to be had. I keep saying this, and I'm going to continue until I'm in my grave. If we don't have the difficult conversation, we cannot grow. And the sisters that are calling in tonight are showing up and showing out, and they are being appreciated and loved on for it. Currently, we have Dawn on the line from New York. Dawn, get in here and make your final thought here.
Wait, I'm sorry, I don't remember what the question was.
You don't remember what you were saying?
I know I kind of remember what I was saying.
Well, then give it to me now. Give it to me, Dawn.
Well, you know what, I'll say this, and then, women are naturally designed to do as builders, right? It may sound strange to some people. When you flip that and it becomes conniving, it's been flipped around, that's kind of what you have. And it creates these really perverse agendas, and that's what's playing out. It's like all of these women playing from a small position, forming agendas.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense. It's in alignment with all of the sisters that are in my chat room that are commenting. I mean, they got Twitter fingers. Their fingers are fast, and they're saying, yep, this happened to me at a luncheon. I catch a vibe when women start acting weird. But they don't call in and say it. And I understand women don't want to feel exposed. They don't want to feel like, oh gosh, I'm snitching on the sorority. But the reality of it is, yes. But listen, the reality of it is this. If you guys are swishing around toxicity in your circle, what do you think you're going to carry into your intimate relationships? Aren't you going to carry that same toxicity? Talk to me.
Yes. Yeah, that's what happens. I mean, I've worked before in law enforcement, and a lot of those domestic disputes. I'm not saying all. I don't want to.
We get it. Some banal. Some banal. Yes, we get it.
Banal, but a lot of it boiled down to it being a really ego-driven woman and an emotionally disturbed man.
Now, let me just say this. Let me just say this. I have to interrupt you just a little bit because people will take what you just said and say, oh, she's saying women are like this. That's not what she's saying. She's saying based on her profession, her expertise, and her experience, most of what she dealt with in this particular lane, there was a pattern. And this is the pattern she saw. Because a lot of people will take offense, and that's not the point here. She's saying, look, this is what I saw. You can't undo what she saw because you don't walk in her shoes. Continue, Dawn.
Yeah, but so that's what it would really be like, this emotionally manipulative, this very manipulative woman, and usually a man who probably was in special education or very close to it.
Oh, wow. Wow. Keep going.
And that combination is your domestic violence group. That's a lot of it. A lot of it is that.
Wow.
So I've absolutely seen women use just that conniving mind to run this man into a circle. And, you know, it could be to get him arrested. It could be to get housing.
Wow.
Like, this stuff, it does not stop. It could be to get housing. It could be for anything. Whatever it is, he's picking and choosing.
Wow.
And I'm not saying that's all, because there are absolutely men who are mentally capable, and what happens, you know, between those two is just what it is. But I've seen this more than once. And it's a lot more common than people think. And, you know, this guy will have all of these little simple battery charges and nothing else. And, you know, it'll all tally up and screw up his life. And, you know, people are trying to understand him, and he does, you know, he's trying to explain himself. I've seen it.
Wow. That's heavy stuff. Dawn, let me just say, I appreciate you. I thank you for your transparency. I thank you for just opening up, your vulnerability, just being transparent and free-flowing. You make this conversation meaningful because you shared, and we appreciate you. You got a seat at the table anytime. Call me, Dawn. I expect to hear from you more often, okay?
Wow, thank you. Your show is amazing.
Thank you, Dawn. New York in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Logic, Atlanta. And then Sean. Yeah. Talk to me, Logic.
Good, though.
What's happening, man?
I just wanted to say that, you know, sometimes it's not the people giving the advice. Like, sometimes it's the person asking for the advice, not revealing the whole truth of what the situation is. So, you know, they're scared to say what they were at fault for to said person. So that person is only they're giving them wholehearted, honest advice, but it's like, because this person wasn't honest, like they don't understand the whole situation.
No. Hold on, Logic. Hold on. Because right now, I see you got olive oil. I see you've got the Trinity. You've got celery. You've got onions. You got bell pepper. I think you're about to create a roux right now. I need you to hold tight because you're cooking. When we come forward, I'm going back to the ATL and talking to my brother Logic, because we've got a lot to talk about. Woo-hoo-hoo! Asking for additional bias. Wow.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBL.
All these shows are on my podcast.
I'm Mike Island.
Download the Zoe Williams Voice of Reason KBLA show on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on Google Plus, on Pandora. Where are those comments? Where are those 5-star reviews? I asked everybody to do a 5-star review. I got one.
Won his runoff race on Tuesday and will soon lead the city of Earl.
Come on, y'all. Blow this motherfucker up.
High school graduate also becomes the country's youngest elected black.
Check it out. We're at $100. Can we get a $3 super chat roll call? Everybody who drops $3 on the super chat, we're going to do a roll call. Everybody that does $3, I'm shouting you out. Let's go. Roll call. Let's get to that goal.
And all access accounts. Get the account designed for your everyday mobile banking needs. Banking services provided by and account established by Pathward NA. Member FDIC. Deposit account opening is subject to registration and ID verification.
Maybe this shit is too much dope. No, when shit is too much dope, you can only take in so much. Central nervous system shuts the fuck down. Like, nigga, I'm still reeling off a Monday show or Tuesday. God damn, there's more fire. Yes!
To be the most trusted, credible, and reliable source on the airways for Black Los Angeles and beyond. Check it out. We take our role seriously as your trusted messenger at KBLA Talk.
Maybe shit just too motherfucking fire. I get it.
And when you hear us say, when we we come forward.
Motherfucking diabetic shock. Nigga eat a whole cheesecake.
Not to the back of the bus, not
Be
to
like,
back alleys, not back in the closet, and definitely not back to the good old days.
Might as well. Get it.
diabetic coma like that.
Politically progressive. KBLA Talk 50.
Motherfucking peach cobbler is the fuck?
Central Neighborhood
True Monger.
is a full-service network of federally
The first
qualified
True
health services
Measy.
that serves local
Mimi
communities throughout Los
Blossoms.
Angeles,
Let's
Riverside, and San
go.
Bernardino counties. CNHF
It's
clinics
just
provide local
hey.
compassionate,
It's
comprehensive
too much fire.
healthcare.
This shit make too much fucking shit.
Services for chronic disease and diabetes management.
I can't take no
women's
more.
services, preventive care, vision and dental screening.
Is it y'all shit,
testing
nigga?
and vaccines, flu vaccines.
I'm drowning. I'm drowning.
HIV and substance use services.
Garfield.
Telehealth
Garfield.
visits are available from the comfort of your home with highly
Do you know Linda?
qualified physicians and
Yeah.
professionals. CNHF
Did you
also
bite Linda?
provides
No.
periods specialist training and help with
We got you on
housing
tape
navigation.
biting Linda.
Central Neighborhood
Fuck.
Health Foundation.
Ah.
Comprehensive care built on trust. and
It's too
respect.
much
For
fire.
more
I
information,
understand.
visit CNHFclinics.org or call 213-536-5815 today to locate a clinic near you.
You're the victim of a car accident. Who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP accident attorneys, the personal
I know it's
injury
fire.
pros.
Yo, we at 109.99. Where we at? Where my people for the roll call? We got 2 people in the roll call. Jump in.
Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review.
That's my favorite TikTok meme, by the way. That motherfucking cat. Garfield! Garfield! Do you know Linda? No. No. Yeah. Did you bite Linda? No. We got you on tape biting Linda.
If you have
Fuck!
use disorder,
Ah!
your family and friends
That's
may
my
have
shit.
other
I'm sorry.
questions, including where to start. Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at Choose
I
Change.
think that one is as funny as the dog.
KVLA Talk 1580
I'm dead. I'm alive.
Celebrating the
I'm mad. I'm angry. No, I'm not. I'm happy. I'm running. That shit funny than a motherfucker. I just watch them shits. Just if you feel fucked up, watch them shits. You be like, oh shit. You watch those 2 memes or those. Oh, the dog jump in their face. Yeah. Yes. And then I also, whenever I need a motherfucking laugh, I watch that drunk ass James Brown interview. Oh, that little kid that's Chucky, that's funny. But the James Brown interview when he on live TV drunk, fucked up, I think he high off cocaine or something. That motherfucker wildin'. That shit funny as hell.
Let's remember, we keep us
Why is that, ladies?
We keep us warm.
Because I smell
The
good.
safety net. And
I
together,
look good.
we can cover the
I
unsheltered.
feel good.
Get caught up in the spirit
I make
of the
love
season,
good too.
The spirit of
What?
love.
What?
Make
Oh.
a difference. With your friends at KVLA Talk
All that
1580.
shit's great. T. Ross, thank you for the cash app. I told you I'm shouting everybody out. Let's go.
You did the cartoon thing. KVLA Talk 1580 is pleased to announce a can't miss community event.
It's a celebration.
Welcome home.
Oh, you mean the AI,
Karen
yeah.
Bass.
It's an app.
On Saturday, December 10th, 10
So
a.m.
put
to
her
1 p.m.
on air
Join
during
KVLA
commercials.
Talk
We want to see her.
1580
Come on here. They want to see
at
you.
the intersection of Lamar converting for this free public event as we
Hey y'all, Sugarfoot.
Bass's historic victory.
Sugarfoot. Don't get her. Don't get her riled up. Oh my God.
What we doing for New Year's? I like that last caller. She was dope. She was hitting it on the nose.
Dawn.
Yeah, I like her.
KBLA Talk 1580 will host Mayor-elect Bass
Sugarfootses.
stage at 11 a.m. as we reflect on the importance of this moment and what it means for the Black community, women, and all Angelinos who believe in the limitless potential of our amazing
God.
city. We look forward to
Say, hey,
celebrating with
Auntie.
Mayor-elect Karen Bass and you, Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the intersection of Lamar and Vernon.
Get in and they infiltrate.
This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on.
You're listening to the voice of reason with Sean Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Woo-hoo! Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason playing no games. My playlist is my co-host. And I keep telling y'all, man, women love beautifully when they're healed. When they're healed. Men love beautifully when they're healed. Do you understand it is the toxicity that causes us to say, I want to be a passport boy or passport bro, because there are better options other places, because I don't like the way our women have been socialized. But it's not just social game rules. It's also wounds that are created by toxic friendship circles, toxic family circles. But here's the thing about relationships. It's never going to be unidirectional. Relationships are always bidirectional in energy, in frequency, in vibration, in spirituality. You hear some people call them soul groups. All your friends are a part of the same soul group, right? That's what the metaphysician would say. If you're toxic, I guarantee you got a toxic friend circle. Men or women. So the women say, well, we're divesting from men because they're toxic. Then the men say to the women, we're passport bros now because y'all toxic. But the reality of it is you got to come together and work. It's not come together. It's first work on yourself. It's first heal yourself. I'm so proud of the sisters and the brothers that are calling in here tonight that are revealing some of the difficulties that they've had within their friend circles or with a toxic parent. Do you understand? Before I get back to my brother Logic in Atlanta, let me do this. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580. If you would like to be a vendor for our Welcome Home Mayor-elect Karen Bass event in historic Leimert Park on Saturday, this Saturday, December 10th, please email us to info@smileyAudiomedia.com. And we will get you all of the necessary details that you need in order to participate. That's info@smileyAudiomedia.com for all the info you need on how to join us as a vendor at our Welcome Home Mayor-elect Karen Bass event Saturday, December 10th in Leimert Park. This is a community call to action from none other than us over here at KBLA Talk 1580. Let's not play. My brother Logic, get in here and continue to cook, because you was really putting those foundational ingredients together. Talk to me.
All right, story time was dope. Well, with Logic, right? So it was I had an ex-girlfriend, and she had messed up her rent money for the month, right? It just happened to be her birthday month, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had given her money for her rent. So when her birthday came around and all her family was calling her, asking her what she was doing, and she said nothing, of course they were looking at me like, oh, wow, that dude ain't do nothing for you. You know, the guy you with, he didn't do anything for you. She wasn't being forthcoming with the information that, oh, he just paid my rent. You know, because she didn't want to look like she was bad with money or whatever. But it's like, okay, so when I get around these people, the vibe is different, the energy's off.
And she gonna let you live. She gonna let you live with that vibe too. I see what you're saying.
So it's like you didn't give all the information to these people. So the advice that you might get back from them, because they're assuming that I'm a person that went do something for my lady for her birthday. But what they didn't understand was that I just paid her rent, and she didn't say that to them because she wants to look good in front of her mom and her family.
That shows that she's selfish. That also shows that she's not trying to protect you. Keep going.
Exactly. So I think a lot of times people don't have the whole story. So it's like going to a therapist and you're not being honest with the therapist. Like the advice the therapist gives you is not based on the whole truth, because you're not being open. You know. So it's like, you know, Big Mama might be like, hey, you need to leave him. You know, your sister might be like, hey, man, that guy's no good, but they don't know the full, you know, the whole spiel of the situation. So, you know, the advice you get back, if you're not being forthcoming with everything that happened, you can't. Hey, everybody makes mistakes. So if you never made a mistake, and all these stories that you telling your family and what advice you think you're going to get back? They're going to be like, oh, well, you doing the right thing, girl. Just keep going with what you doing. And, you know, that brother, I don't know what's on his mind.
Wow. Hey, brother, once again, I appreciate the insight, man. You really laying down some good game. We appreciate it. We're all learning, and everybody's opinion is their opinion. But you can call here and share yours. Logic from Atlanta, Georgia. You brought your city in the building. If you want to bring yours in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Let me get my brother Sean from Oakland, California in here. Sean, talk to me.
All right, brother Zoe. So first of all, I'm not going to put any words in your mouth, but I have an inkling that what you're doing is trying to, if you can help one person by any kind of knowledge you put out there to improve the quality of their life, that's going to make your day. And that's all I'm trying to do. Mm-hmm. And what I hear in this situation, I should say the topic, is that, you know, if you're hiding something, whether you are a male or a female, whatever the relationship dynamic is, all right, and you really want something more than sex or some kind of, you know, fun night or whatever, okay, if you really want something to develop, all right, open up. I'm not saying on the first date. I'm not saying on the second date. What I'm saying is there's going to come a time when you are with that person, and male or female, whatever your situation is, and you are going to have to, you know, talk about your relationship in life. You're going to have to talk about your experiences in life. And the reason why I say that is you should do that is because it's better to do it early on than try to throw it all in late in a relationship, and then it becomes a big mess. And it may not be a mess at all, but tell it early, tell everything, tell all the crap you've done, all the stuff, we've all made mistakes, and then develop it from there. And a matter of fact, I think most people, men, ladies, will appreciate that because, hey, you're actually really caring about me. But I'm only saying to do this with someone that you really think there's a possibility that you really want to develop that relationship with them.
Thank you, Sean, man. We love you, brother. We appreciate your insight on the daily. You already know you got a seat at the table. My brother Sean, Oakland, California. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know what you got to do. Call me, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, I'm going to talk to my homeboy Banks from Bellflower, California.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
I ain't stressed a little bit.
First off, she bad as hell.
Music and entertainment OGs still
She been sick for a week. First off,
He kicked me out the studio, y'all.
First off, she called me before the show. Hey, listen, I'm not feeling good. I ain't gonna be able to make it. I said, cool. Nigga, the next day, she texted me like, hey, I feel a lot better. Can I come? Hell, motherfucker, no, you can't come. No.
I was ready to come back with y'all all last week. He said, do not come in this studio. Do not come in this area, this neighborhood. I don't even want to sneak you coming over her until next week. I said, well, I was ready, packed up to go. He wasn't having none of it.
She was like, okay, Wednesday. I said, hell no. Next week. Sit your ass wherever you at and get better. Don't come in here. Then she come in here and sneeze.
It was not the last time.
She coughed in the room while we in there working on the show. She on one side table, I'm on the other like now. I'm working on my shit.
There is simply nothing else like it. The gift that roars at the Pantages Theater, February 2nd through
I'll be like, what? Then she get in this little tiny box. That's the studio and sneeze.
Childcare for being
Get-
KBLA Talk 1580's Office of the Week.
Get up and
today in the KBLA app or KBLA1580.com for the Office
Arabia.
of the
See,
Week.
here's the thing about Arabia.
Trinity, unlimited
All you gotta do is look at her Instagram.
11:30. It's okay.
Arabia be out partying and skating and all types of motherfuckers up and then
With CalHope's free and secure
I
mental
got
health
somebody out
resources.
there.
it be nighttime, shoulder be out. You be like, where your motherfucking jacket at? Why your shoulder out, my nigga? Didn't it just rain? You was just sick. Didn't it just rain? Whole shoulder out. She be like, I be like, what the fuck?
Something I want to tell you. But I need so much more. It just intensifies my wants to have a love that endures. 'Cause every time I close my eyes, I think of you. And no matter what the season is, I still love you. With all my heart, and I wanna be there wherever you are.
Two occasions. The voice of reason is on fire this evening. Live from KBLA Talk 1580, the most revolutionary relationship talk show in the world. Philosophy, spirituality, empirical studies. We don't leave any of it out. And tonight's topic is one of those topics that kind of makes us all uncomfortable because nobody wants to see mama in a bad light. And we not blaming all mamas. Please understand that. Oh, goodness. That was the deal on two occasions. Let's get back to my brother Banks from Bellflower, California. Bellflower, California. Banks, I know you have something to offer this discussion. Talk to us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for taking my call. Thank you for the playlist, man. Good music going on, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
I always like listening to the station. It's very positively. But the topic is very interesting. It's particularly about women, because you see women when they huddle up together. Sometimes they talk. They talk down. They talk down at each other, but that's just how they connect. They talk down at each other, and that's how they connect with one another. And it's kind of strange, but that's how they, and then they back to friends, and they just talking like everyday people, But, and on the mama thing, just the thing with my mom, man, she was, always kind of talk down at you. You never be nothing. Your dad was never nothing. You ain't gonna never be nothing. So, that's just how it was. But, you learn to deal with it, and you grow up, and, you learn that, they did the best they could. So, you move on,
And that's how you move on, by understanding they did the best they could, and you be thankful for that, right?
Right.
Brother Banks, I appreciate you, man, for calling in from Bellflower, California. You can call in anytime, man. Thank you for the call. And again, if you want your city to come in here, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, my final thoughts on this discussion shall be shared.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings will disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The Institute for Diversity Certification is all about the 3 Ds: determination, and discipline. Learn more about our globally recognized diversity certification program today by calling 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192. Or visit diversitycertification.org. As the #1 organization for certified diversity professionals,
show is lit.
And also certified diversity executive credentials, diversitycertification.org will provide an opportunity for you to demonstrate dedication to the field, determination to make progress, and more discipline to your process. Go today and learn more about the diversity certification system.
1-800-920-1580.
1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192. Or go to diversitycertification.org. That's diversitycertification.org. The standard of excellence, equity, diversity, and inclusion.
1580.
I knew that.
No, you didn't. I forgot the whole number. What's the number?
He kicked me out for a week.
What's the number? I don't even know the number no more. That cold took away my memory.
Saturday, December 17th at Microsoft Theater. Download the KBLA Talk 1580.com mobile app to enter to win a pair of tickets. This has been a community call to action brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580.
What?
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the 4 MDs. Love is a house. And let me tell you something, man. Love in your heart transforms your house into a home. Just let it rock under me, just quietly, very quietly. Just turn it down just a little, very quietly. Nina Simone once said, you have to learn how to get up from the table when love is no longer being served. But what I'm going to say to Nina is we're going to recontextualize that. You got to stop setting the table that doesn't serve you love. See, the way our society is set up, it's black and white. It's good and bad. It's villain and victim. But don't you know you're a co-creator in your own downfall, it's not that you got to get up from the table that's no longer serving you. You got to stop setting that table with your hopes and your dreams and your wishes that somebody gonna show up the way you want them to. Isn't that what a lot of people do with their mamas and their friends? I thought you were my friend. My friend would never do this. That's because they have a totally different outlook on what friendship is. If you got a friend in your inner circle that is envious of you, could you define that as a friend? Huh? And what in your spirit co-signed an envious presence? Ooh, something in your spirit had to sign off on it. Or your spirit would have rejected it, because your spirit rejects things that it doesn't want, that it's conscious of. Like, no, we're not doing that. That's called setting healthy boundaries. What in your spirit co-signed the envious friend who maybe you didn't see that they would be jealous that, you know what, you climbing out and climbing up because you've healed something from within and got somebody that's going to love you back. Maybe they jealous of that. How did they get into the inner circle? Do you understand? Just because somebody gives you life doesn't mean they will love you in the right way. Mamas love you the best way they know how. That doesn't necessarily mean they love you the right way. Ooh. So let the expectations of broken mamas go too. And love on those mamas for as far as they was able to take you. I start conversations. You understand? I don't end them. You end them by extending them. The Voice of Reason is on fire tonight. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Stay tuned, my people. Danny Morrison as well as Robin Ayers are about to come in here and keep this fire lit. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all tomorrow with another barn burner. Deuces. Hey. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Love everybody. Deuces.